Have you ever been asked, what are your weaknesses? It is a question that often leaves us feeling vulnerable, highlighting flaws we would rather keep hidden. But what if I tell you, your weaknesses is actually your strengths in disguise? As humans, none of us are flawless. We harbor insecurities and self-doubt, and sometimes we are ashamed to admit to them. And social media is definitely not helping us. Social media magnifies our insecurities. It leaves us asking ourselves, why can't I be perfect like those people I saw on social media? Why can't I be perfect like them? Why am I like this? In a world obsessed with perfection, it's easy to feel inadequate. But what if we flip our perspective? What if we embrace our imperfections as a source of hidden potential? Have you ever heard of a story of a daughter who got an old used car from her father? If you haven't, here's the short summary of the story. The father told his daughter to try to sell the used car to 3 different places in total, and just to see what kind of offers they would give to her. The first time she took it to a used car lot, and they offered her $1,000 because the car was worn out. That's what they said. The second time she took it to a pawn shop, and the pawn shop offered her only $100 because the car was old. The third time she took the car to a car club, and some people at the car club offered her $100,000 because they said the car model was iconic and they would gladly pay $100,000 for it. So the moral of the story is you need to find people who appreciate you and never stay in a place that doesn't know your worth. Why did I bring up this story? Well, because it's quite similar to how we see ourselves. We can look at ourselves and value ourselves less, just like how the used car lot and the pawn shop value the car. But what if we switch our perspective on seeing our flaws? Here are some of the flaws that we often hear about and how you can see them in a different light. You're impatient, or maybe you're just goal-oriented and good at taking actions. You always start new projects and never finish the old projects. Maybe you just have an agile mindset with endless creativity. You're too sensitive. Maybe you just care about people and can read people's emotions. You are a control freak. Maybe you just have high standards in every aspect, even in the smallest things. You procrastinate on doing tasks. Or maybe you're just good at functioning under high pressure and continue to seek perfectionism. You're anxious about everything. Or maybe you're just future-oriented and always plan for the best for your future. You see, every flaw of yours has a hidden, shiny side of you. It's like a coin. All you have to do is to flip to the other side. Knowing these examples is not enough to stop being critical about yourself. You need to build new habits to break away from the negative self-talk. But new habits takes time to form. You have to let the old habits go so the new habits can come in. It's like I'm drinking water, but I want milk now. So I'm gonna have to empty my cup to get milk into my cup. The first step in building this new habit is to embrace your flaws. You might be wondering, didn't you just say every flaw of yours has a shiny hidden side of you? Yes, that is still true. But do you remember the story of the used car? When you show your characteristic at different places, they are valued differently, just like the used car. So if you show your characteristics at the wrong place, they're called flaws. For example, if you're a sensitive person, you might want to stay away from working at stock exchanges because it takes a strong heart to work there. However, you would be gifted to work in the creative industry. So if you show your characteristics at the right place, they are called talents. And that is the difference. So when you admit your quote-unquote flaws, you're simply acknowledging that those characteristics, they do not benefit you and they can work against you in the wrong place. That's it. Do not overthink it. The more you try to push them away, the more likely that you're gonna make them stick. So just embrace them. Step 2 and final step in building this new habit is to modify your subconscious with affirmations and dazzle it with a little bit of manifestation. I prefer the old school way and simply call it brainwashing. You'll need to modify the narrative you keep saying to yourself. Here's an example. If you're always anxious about everything, instead of saying to yourself, I'm so worried about everything, it's out of my control, I'm so anxious, I don't know, I'm just so anxious about everything, I'm so anxious about the future, I just don't know what to do. Instead of saying that, try saying this instead. I care a lot about self-progress because I want the best for myself. But progress takes time, and I am patient. I'm patient enough to wait for good things to happen to me. It's okay. I don't need to be in control all the time. Even if you're still anxious about everything and you just don't have the patience to wait, like you're not a patient person, it's okay. Just say those lines. Those are the new self-affirmation and manifestation that you need to put in your subconscious. When you say it long enough, your brains will make you believe they are real. This is how you reprogram your brains through thoughts, and reinforced thoughts can change your actions. Like the old saying, tell a lie often enough, it becomes the truth. As you are moving along in life, I want you to remember, your flaws are perfect in different light. You just need to see them in a different perspective. If you wish to change the flaws that you don't like, and you're thinking to yourself, it's just impossible for me to change, it's just too hard, I want you also to remember this. You always have the power to be who you want to be and to change yourself. My name is Yugene, and I will see you in the next episode. Stay sharp and look alive.